Hi friends, welcome back to Nessa's Nook. Today I have been asked again to be part of the Emergency 25. It's like anything to do with canned foods, jarred foods, freeze-dried foods, anything that's prep-wise. And my friend Natasha over at Budget Preppers, she nicely asked me again this year. I think this is the third year I've done it. So here I am. Now today I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And for the life of me, I really could not figure it out on what I wanted to try to make, but only one thing that really stuck out and it kept sticking out. So that's what we're making today. It's going to pretty much only be like a one-pot meal. And what I'm going to be doing is I'll be making an extra one for the cabinet so you can kind of see where I'm going with on this, because the only thing I'm using actually from the jar is my canned chicken, which works fine too, but I just wanted to kind of explain to you why there'll be the two different things. So I have my Instapot started on sauté. I love like pretty much a one-pot meal. I don't know what it is about a one-pot meal. I'm not much on doing dishes. Yes, I have a wonderful dishwasher. I just don't like to do dishes, honestly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the cameras this way. I'm going to kind of turn it up so you can kind of like see what I'm doing. Well, I won't turn it up maybe. But anyways, I'll turn it over there so you can see what I'm doing here. So you can see my whole countertop's full of stuff. And I have that, like I said, on sauté. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the very rest of this butter that I have, because there's no reason to leave just a smidge. And I can get that washed tonight. So what it calls for is 1 cup of rice. And then what it does call for is you could break up the rice. And you can do that. You know how like with rice-a-roni, because this was pretty much a Fox rice-a-roni. I don't know for sure if you can see these. They're vermicelli noodles, and they sell them on Amazon. I'll try to put the link down below. But this is what I use for this. And I know like Mary, she uses this over at Little Village Homestead, or little house out be home, I'm sorry. And that's what she uses for like some of the stuff. I like these noodles a lot. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to push these in here, because what you're going to want to do is have your rice in that actually brown a little bit before you start it. Now, obviously, I know this is chicken, but I am always a firm believer on use exactly what you have. Don't rush out and go get something just because of whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and give that a little bit of a stir and get that started here. Now that's going to take a few minutes. Now I don't know for sure if you can I'll bring this back a little bit. Yeah, you can see that. So I have my little steamer there. Thought I brought my scissors and I didn't. So I'm going to be having rice pilaf with some canned chicken with some broccoli put in this. So I like this little cooker for the two of us. It works out really well. I'm not going to put as much as I would normally put, like if we were to have a meal. But we both really enjoy broccoli a lot. All right. And then on this, it's set to 7 minutes, and all you got to do is hit start. That starts that. And before I forget, I'm supposed to put the onions and garlic in here too. That's what I had taken that spoon out for, was the garlic. And that way everything can kind of like combine while it's cooking. And I can make a little bit more room, and you can probably see what I'm doing. Now we like a lot of garlic too, so I'm putting that in there. Let me see if I can raise this up so you can kind of see what I'm doing in the Instapot here. There, you can kind of see it now. So I'm going to go ahead and let this saute for a little bit, get this rice brown, and I'll come back and we'll get this out here and get that finished for you. All right, so this got a little bit brown, like how I wanted it to. And I am a firm believer on you use what you have, don't go out and get it. I actually had some beef broth in the fridge. I'm going to be using that versus the chicken, because I'm not going to open up a can of chicken broth to do this with it. So with this, you're going to need you're going to need a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric, and that helps give it that really nice yellow. So I'm going to be going ahead and putting that turmeric also in here. I have a little baggie. I'm going to be putting the spices in. Now, I don't usually measure stuff, but I asked for some parsley, so I'm just going to go ahead and throw some of the parsley in there. I like parsley. Go ahead and put the parsley in here. And then pretty much when you're doing this one, then what you're going to be just doing is you're going to add, you know, the liquid stuff that would need to go in here. So here's some salt. And then there's some salt in here. All right. Some pepper in the jar. So this way it'll be nice. I could just pull this out next time and I won't have to pretty much measure anything up. I'll just have to get the rice around and put the pepper in. All right. Now I know some people, they like to have things where everything's all nice and measured and everything like that. I'm just not one of those people. So I just don't. So my can of chicken looks incredibly ugly. And it doesn't matter what you do. I think the chicken looks incredibly ugly. Even the store-bought chicken looks very ugly. There it looks a little bit prettier than home can, but not by much. Oops, I'm getting this all over my counter. So I'm going to go ahead and toss that chicken in there. And then what I'm just going to do is give this another little stir. Get that off here. And get my Instapot lid. I took it off sauté, by the way. I don't know for sure if you can see this. Let me back this up a little bit. So now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to go to pressure cook. And I'm going to go down to 3 minutes. What's going to happen is this is going to come up to pressure. The little button will come up. And then this will cook for the 3 minutes. And then I let it manually release. So that will be getting going. And then meanwhile, on this, what I'm going to do is close up this little package here. Now, obviously, you could, I mean, if you were giving this away or you wanted everything to be ready, like on a camping trip or something like that, you could have everything pretty much all ready there. Let me get out my little vacuum sealer thing here. So then what I would do is I'm going to put this on here and turn this on and hit the power button. And then what's going to happen is this is going to make this more shelf stable, keeping everything all nice and fresh. And then you just kind of like pull this off here. Now I do have this in my store. And you can see it's down and it's sealed. I am still one of those people who like to put a band on it. But this will be ready. This is what is in here. And then this will be ready for the next time. Now I do actually, if I did want to do this, I actually have some freeze-dried broccoli. I have some freeze-dried chicken. And I could do everything in a jar. You know, I make it obviously in a quart jar. But I could make everything like this if I were to go camping or something to that effect. Because I could separate, you know, all that to do all that. So anyways, this will be ready in a few. The broccoli is deciding what it's doing. And I will get back to you as soon as this is done. Okay, so this has been done. It's been on warm for a bit. Always still, when you do an Instapot or any type of pressure cooker, even a pan on the stove, always open your lids away from you because there's always usually steam. I don't know about you, steam hurts when you get burnt by that. Not for sure if you can see that in here. That's before getting it stirred. So I'm going to go ahead and get this stirred up. That looks really good. There should be enough for like leftovers too. I'm going to go ahead and take my steamed broccoli. I go ahead and put that in there. Now that had water and everything in there too. So like I said, this makes a really nice one-pot meal. I'll get out a fork here and give you guys a little taste test here. Hopefully it's not too hot to eat. All right. See how this is? Here, hold on. That is really good. Like I said, it's a one-pot meal. And like I said, remember we made this for the pantry next time. I'll add the garlic, the onions, the broth. You know, brown this first before I add in the spices like you would like with rice-a-roni. Now also in this emergency 2025, down below is going to be who everybody's in here and what days they're going. They're also giving away a lot of really good prizes. I'll have that down below in the explanation too. I'll have the ingredients to what I did with this. So hopefully this will give you an idea, like I said, next time if I wanted to, because I do have the broccoli and everything, the chicken and everything freeze dried. I could actually pre-make this all in a jar, but I'd probably put it in a quart jar so there'd be more room. And I could actually just take this like camping or, you know, wherever with me. And that would make it really nice and have a one-pot meal just ready to go in the pantry. So if you have any questions, put them down in the comments down below. Thanks for stopping by. Definitely check out the other channels that are part of this collab. And you all have a very, very blessed and wonderful day.